You don't need. I don't need that headset.
No, will you move?
How's that? Better.
We have organized chaos in the
Woo!
studio right now as
We
Jeremy
do.
Larkin is here. It's the St. George Real Estate Thursday Morning Drive. Jeremy, how you doing, man?
Hey, incredible, actually.
Really? That's
well,
really good.
Here's why. Because we're in that little tiny window between perfect weather and 96.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you see this crap, Don? All right, this is not good. This is not good. Why does it do this in our town? We jump. It's like we just skip the middle.
Yeah, we go from winter to summer.
So
no spring.
Well, so these are the days. You know, these are the days where it's like 55 in the morning and it's perfect. And as a matter of fact, on my way here, I saw a City of St. George construction crew at the top of my street because some of our listeners know I live actually right by the courthouse, like right in downtown, and it was great because it was the classic. And I love City of St. George, but I have to tease these guys. It was the classic scene. All of them congregated, coffees in hand and orange shirts, but they weren't on the sidewalk. They weren't in the ditch. They were just kind of like out in the road as people were trying to navigate around them. Yeah. I'm like, guys, go on the sidewalk for Pete's sake. So anyway, they're out because it's a great time to be doing work and doing construction. And finally, my First South and 200 West is going to have a smooth road. I've got an incredible guest in studio today. His name is Don Willie. Hey, good morning, man. And make sure you speak right into that micro. We will not hear you. Don Willie is president of the Chamber of Commerce. We're going to talk this morning about what on earth the Chamber of Commerce actually is. I mentioned this, Don. I think a lot of people don't even, and understandably so. Like, what does the Chamber do? You're going to tell us. You can tell us how you got to St. George, right? We're going to talk about free money. Andy, the grant program that's going out here, right?
I like free and I like money.
I mean, am I overstepping by saying free money?
No, well, it's a loan.
It's a loan.
It's a loan.
Yeah. I mean, it's a grant.
Interest, but
yeah, 0%. Thank you. Okay,
5 years. I mean,
okay, there you go.
Really good terms.
So free interest. Let me phrase it that way, right? So it's an interest-free loan. I think it's going to be really great, right? So Andy, but give us something really quick because a lot of our listeners, by the way, guys, say hello, say good morning, give us a thumbs up, give us a hey. If you're watching and listening on Facebook Live, we want to know that you're out there. We'd love to hear from you. If you have questions today, we want you to ask them. Please ask them. What are high school sports going to do now? Because now spring's over.
Well, they announced, a week ago they were canceling them, and then a whole bunch of people put some petitions together and some videos, and the UHSAA met, what's today, Thursday? I think it was Tuesday, they met with the governor, and they came out with a statement that said, we met with the governor. And that's all they said. So right now,
Was that like a threat? Oh yeah, well we met with the governor.
Yeah.
And you'll hear the rest
I don't
later.
know. I tattled on you. I don't know what that
I
was
don't
all
either.
about.
I don't either.
They have not made an official statement yet. I think the odds of spring sports actually being competed are probably right now about 1 in 5, maybe 1 in 6. Not very high odds.
But are they thinking they would? Well, I mean, it's already April 23rd, but like
probably just do a tournament.
That's exactly what I was going to ask. Is if they do a tournament.
Yeah, they would probably just skip the regular season and just do it. Because now with the RPIs in high school sports, everybody gets in the tournament anyway. So you might as well just go ahead and hold one, right?
Yeah.
In my opinion. Don't let the parents go. Have them watch it online or listen to me on the radio.
Yeah. Hey, that's exactly right, man. Yeah. Don, how old are your kids?
7. Oh my gosh, 7 to 8 months.
7 to 8 months. So this guy is not at high school sports mode.
No,
right?
Yet.
I got Jesse Paul in the studio. Jesse is hiding. Thank you, Jesse, for getting our audio. This guy threw that audio together quick. And when we were under last minute, there was a little confusion because we've got, we're actually shooting this today with Don, recording this with our photographer's not even listening. I don't even know what you want to call it, but let's just call it an expensive DSLR camera, right? We're going to record this and we'll upload this to YouTube after. And we've got this on Facebook Live. Again, say hello, give us a thumbs up. If you're out there in the Facebook sphere, this show today is brought to you by our friends at Sunwood Homes. Sunwood Homes, these guys are great, and we are so excited about the Desert Flower Project. Don, I don't know if you get out much. Do you get out much? Do you drive around?
I try.
You try. Okay.
Not the last 3 weeks, not so much.
I get it.
Bound to my desk.
I get it. I believe you. So Desert Flower is a brand new project actually in Washington City. Like if you're heading east on Telegraph and you kind of roll through town, right is before you get to exit 13. And there's a lot of new construction there, all those big assisted living and
So much.
these guys have got a product coming out of the ground that is so stinking cool. We're about 4 weeks from having our 2 models complete. Homes start at 275, single family homes, and they're really, really attractive is the best way to say it. I don't know. They're cool.
Yeah.
Kind of this really contemporary, angular, what people are into right now, and they've done some very, very creative things to use the kind of smaller lot pad. Because look, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Well, you can, and then you get 2007, and that's what happened to our real estate market, right?
Yeah.
Because what we decided in 2007, since we're a real estate program, is everyone could just have anything they wanted, right? We were spoiling all the kids in the United States. So it's like, oh, you want a $500,000 home? You get one and you get one. What do you want? Well, I only make like 50 grand, but listen, state your income is 100, you're good to go. We're gonna get it done, right?
There was a lot of that. Yeah.
That's over, thank heavens. And so now people actually have to qualify. And so for these builders to put a product out that falls in affordable standards, they don't cut corners. They have to make what sort here? It's all about concessions, you know, right? What do we give up here and to get back here, you know?
Yeah,
So
smaller yards so you can get a better, better pad or whatever, better grooves, whatever.
yeah, absolutely. So look, everybody doesn't need a third of an acre and 6,400 feet. They just don't. And people are gonna love this product. Visit mysunwoodhomes.com. That's mysunwoodhomes.com to get in on the action. We only have, we have 40 lots. 5 of them are already basically reserved. Well, they're reserved for employees of the developer are building their own homes in there. That tells you something about the project.
They believe in it, baby.
They do. All right, Don Willie. Spotlight's on you. Literally.
Yeah.
Figuratively and literally.
See you on
I've got Don Willie here. Tell us your title. I said it, but tell people who you are.
Yeah, I'm the president and CEO of the St. George Area Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah. And what, okay, let's define St. George area and let's define what the Chamber of Commerce does.
Yeah, you probably noticed I put a little emphasis on area there.
I know, I did.
And that's one of the misconceptions is the St. George Chamber used to be the St. George Chamber, but we're bigger than that. And we represent the businesses, our members, nearing just over 900 members in the St. George area. So we're talking not just St. George City, but we're talking Washington City, Ivan, Santa Clara, supporting economic growth and development in those areas and supporting our business members.
Yeah. So how many business members are there, by the way?
So just over 900.
Okay. I love this. 900 businesses. And I talked about selling St. George because one of the things that happens is the Chamber of Commerce, in a way, sells the area, right? Can you define that? Meaning, I have my view, but what would your view be of what I'm talking about? Because you're involved with businesses, but at the same time, because when people come to town, we'll visit the chamber to get your info packet, right?
Yep.
Can you talk to our listeners about that, what that looks like or why that is?
So the chamber sends out thousands of area guides and information packets every year to interested businesses, interested individuals looking to move here, that just want more information in the area. So that's one area that the county essentially contracts with the chamber to send out in the city, send out information to these individuals and these businesses to say, look at the beautiful landscape we have here. Look at our high quality workforce. Look at the trail system and the recreation that you can enjoy here. So we're pushing out that information to let people know all the great things that are happening in this area.
Yeah, so Andy moved here how long ago?
26 years ago.
So, and you wouldn't have come here because of Chamber Guide. But if Andy wanted to move here 26 years ago when he was in St. Louis, like, I heard about this town.
Yeah.
So he goes to what website?
So you can go to stgeorgechamber.com.
Yep,
that's where you get all that information.
And it said, hey, get a free information guide. And then what would have been sent out to him?
So area guide, area map, a letter welcoming them to the area, whether they're just here to visit, whether they're here to actually relocate to establish a business. They're going to get all the basic information, and then we'll follow up from there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. By the way, I've done this before. Not with St. George Chamber.
Did you test us?
I wasn't considering moving. I was like, I want one of those. Wait, I'm already here. But you know where I did this? Was Sandpoint, Idaho once. I really think that place is cool. I didn't actually get there. We got to Coeur d'Alene in 2 summers ago, and that was cool. That was an amazing lake town, and then Sandpoint is the next lake town up the corridor when you're getting closer to Canada. And I loved what I got sent. I got all these brochures, paper.
Yeah.
Andy, paper, right?
They still do that, huh?
Yeah, there's something about it, man.
There is.
You know, isn't
You
there?
gotta have that. You gotta have those beautiful images on a glossy paper. And you look through it, it just says something. It speaks to you.
Yeah, I think there's something about it. I do. Oh, I love a magazine. And it's funny, I was laughing the other day while I was coming out of Smith's. I always look at the physical newspapers at the headlines when I'm in Smith's or Maverick or Harmon's or wherever. I'll always lean over, hang on, honey. And I'll, right? And I'll look. I grew up on the newspaper.
Sure.
My dad always, this was my dad. My mother was like an innocent bystander to this practice. But he still gets the Spectrum, I think. He still gets the Deseret News. I mean, he loves the paper. If he stopped it, maybe I've missed that memo, but I love the paper. Okay, Don, so tell us, when did you come here and why?
So we came here 2 years ago.
Okay.
This month, April.
Newly transplanted.
We are.
From where?
From Salt Lake, so we're not far away, right? We came down here always on vacation. I previously worked at the World Trade Center, so I found
What?
myself here quite frequently.
Okay, wait, you were born and raised where?
Salt Lake. World Trade Center in Salt Lake City.
Thank you. I was like, wait a second.
Part of the New York, right? That's
Yeah.
our headquarters.
So what did you do with the World Trade Center?
So I started really doing a lot of the community outreach across the state
Uh-huh.
to help businesses export and transition into a consultant to help hundreds of businesses across the state develop and execute international business strategies.
Oh, who knew?
Wow.
Right. I mean, I'm just trying to make sure that the multiple listing service reads the 400 characters I wrote about your home correctly. You know what I mean? Like, I should have put an apostrophe in there. I mean, okay, that is very cool. So you guys came here 2 years ago from Salt Lake, and you said you have kids 7 and down, right?
7 and down. Yeah.
7 to baby. So how did this chamber opportunity come up for you?
So it was not on the radar really at any point. So moving here from the World Trade Center, the DSU Innovation Plaza, when the university was considering that idea, concept, and trying to move that forward, they had put out the position to hire, and my wife and I were like, well, maybe let's move to St. George. I mean, we love vacationing there, and we kind of got our start like so many others, right? That they come here.
We had Paul Hatch on from Allies Tuesday.
Yeah.
What did he
Same
say?
story. Same
Experience.
story.
Yeah.
Was he the one that said there are 2 kinds of people? Those that live in
in
St.
St.
George
George
and those that want to.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
Oh,
Couldn't
so
agree
true.
more.
Wow. So yeah, we love St. George. We like to. I love to tell this script. We love to come for Easter. We love President's Weekend. We love to parade of homes. We love to go to the marathon. Maybe we should get a second home, which that's a conversation we're going to talk about momentarily. And then you landed here.
Landed here, yeah, and it was so great, right? Like, it was a great opportunity. We wanted something to be able to impact and do something great in the community. So we ended up moving down here to open Innovation Plaza. It took 18 months of building
So
out that
cool,
old
man.
East Elementary School.
Which so all of my siblings and I, East Elementary, Broncos.
So have you walked through it since we went?
Absolutely, it's incredible.
Isn't it cool?
And here's what's so funny is when I went into the library, to me it's the library, I'm like, oh, I used to sing Christmas carols in here. That was my favorite thing at East Elementary. I grew up, Don, 2 doors down. So until I was 10, we lived 2 doors down from the building.
Right there.
So well, technically 3. There's a home on the corner, 2, 3. So the third home down was our home. The Erdley family owns it now. And then was 10, we moved 2 whole blocks to Morningside Park. That is so cool that you're involved in Innovation Plaza. So what does Innovation Plaza in a nutshell do? And then I'm going to transition talking about some kind of real estate and small business stuff. But Innovation Plaza, for people who don't know, and I've got some questions coming in, but what is it?
So Innovation Plaza is Southern Utah's hub for entrepreneurship. It's got the largest public makerspace in the state of Utah now. Awesome facility that was supported by the EDA, the Economic Development Administration. We got 2 sizable grants from them, and then providing direct business services, technical services to businesses, from business plan writing to corporate registration to marketing strategies, plans, social media. All of that's housed within Innovation Plaza.
It's cool. Have you been there?
I have not.
It's pretty neat. I went at the big open house. So like Kyle Wells, of course.
Yep.
So Kyle and I grew up together.
Awesome.
Just like that's kind of the old St. George. He was quite involved there.
That's his baby.
Yeah, it's his baby.
He was my boss.
Yeah, he was an East Elementary guy for sure. So, all right, let's ask a question. Jesse asked, how does the chamber handle competing businesses and the information they hand out, or is it even anything to handle? But it's a great question.
Yeah, well, obviously, the chamber's open to anyone to join. You submit an application, anyone's eligible to join the chamber, any business. Nonprofits are also eligible to join. But it does create an opportunity where we have multiple web design, multiple marketing that join the chamber. Mm-hmm. And our responsibility is to support the business community here and to support our members. So you'll notice we just launched a new campaign where we're pushing out information about different industries, and we're listing all of the members within that industry. So we don't favor, we're not going to tell the public or say, hey, we like this marketing firm more than the rest of our members. We love all our members the same, but we will push out that information so that the community can see who the businesses are that are chamber members, that have taken that step to give back to the business community, to be more proactive and more engaged.
Yeah.
Those are the members of the chamber. Those are the ones you want to do business with.
Correct. They're like God, Andy. They love everyone.
We do.
And they're everywhere.
Yeah, they are, man.
We are
They're in your God. They're everywhere. That is kind of fascinating. So the chamber is kind of doing a couple of things. Obviously, you're representing and helping small businesses, businesses, small and large, right? Selling the community, distributing information to bring people here. And Don, there's a lot of people who have this feeling of, well, maybe we don't want anyone else to move here.
Yeah.
Right? Do you guys get? Do you ever get that message?
We do. We do.
Like, whether I don't know. Go ahead.
And I'll tell you, it's actually flaring up a little bit. So we send out 2 newsletters a week. One is our news, the chamber news, that goes out to all our members. Then we have a business to business that highlights advertisements from our members. So all our members can contribute content. We send it out. Goes out to a list of about 5,000 people.
I get it.
I get a lot of emails back, and a lot recently, that are saying, stop advertising anything with hotels, stop advertising anything with relocation. And it's hard, right? Because we love this area, we want to preserve it, but being someone who just moved here 2 years ago, who am I to say, right? Like I have a lot of difficulty saying, I moved, now I'm going to close the gates. No one else can move in.
How many times have we talked about this one?
And I mean, that analogy, I think, is what we always say, right? Like, who gets to be the one to close the gates, and who gets to be the one to say no? And we got to think, a thriving economy is always growing. If you stop growing, you're dying.
That is dying. There is no middle ground.
No, it's either
It's
growth
forward.
or death.
It's forward or backward. Well, and here's what happens. Let me talk about a place that I have always loved, that I'm becoming more disenchanted with, and it's Park City, Utah.
Yeah.
You become like Park City, where you become this little haven for the rich and famous, and quite honestly, probably a lot of good people that have been there, a lot of people, and can we just say a lot of arrogant people, a lot of truly it becomes this haven for, and I don't know if arrogance is a word, but like, is that what we want? Like, do we want to just lock this down and stop families and really great retirees from coming here and helping us have a community that's vibrant and is diverse? Hey, let me talk about diverse. Okay, I have an experience I've shared that I've never shared on the air before. This is kind of interesting. I served in the LDS mission 1994 to 1996. I about forgot. This community, we have like a vibrant Hispanic population now. And when I say vibrant, because they've got incredible soccer leagues, like it's a whole community now.
Yeah.
When I left in 1994 to the Dominican Republic, there was not a Hispanic population in Washington County. It didn't exist. I came home, and I remember, because now I was quite fluent in Spanish at this point, and I'd see advertisements on like telephone poles, baile. Hey, there's a dance, there's an event, this day at this time at this location. And I was like, what happened? Well, at the time there was a little construction boom that happened in the 90s. And this Hispanic population started to come to St. George, right? And honestly, we were not diverse, guys, until the late 1990s. We're still not diverse by the world standards, right? And so I was just like, whoa, what happened? I didn't, right? And we're still not, we're not a city of color, right? Washington County's not, you know, and that will happen over time because we're very, very middle America, right? We're not on the coast. And so what do? Do we not want to have a diverse population? Andy, John, like, do we just want to lock it down and become Park City? Park City literally is getting a reputation of being just kind of not cool anymore, you know? And I don't think that's, because we get compared to Park City. We're already like, St. George is the Park City of the desert of southern Utah. Ooh, kind of I like that. But do you know what the average home value is right now? Average sales price in Park City right now, Jesse may, without you having anything else.
Million?
1 million Austin Powers dollars.
Average.
You think it's not affordable here? What's the average sales price in Washington County?
370? 360?
360. What's the median sales price? Probably below that.
340 probably.
Median home price is 340. Park City's $1 million. You think that's conducive to a healthy dynamic in an economy? That's crazy, right? So Don, let's talk about this. We've got 3 minutes. Our town's growing, and some people don't want it to, and I get it. I even have mixed emotions, and we sell homes. But you're selling a community right now, and that was actually a great segue accidentally, that some people are ticked because there's hotel advertisements, but the hotels continue to have to advertise because they have to be standing when this is over. And for our real estate clients, what I want you to know is we've given permission on the air for people to buy and sell homes right now, and we sell them every day, and you have permission to not. You have permission to pause. We're trying to help our clients get ready, and if you're listening and you want to have a conversation for after, for when the dust clears and the smoke settles and the dust clears, and have a strategy, because there's going to be some interesting things that will happen in Washington County. One of them, Don, is that there may be a massive flood of buyers, because what's going to happen in lending, banks are going to change their standards for lending after this. And here's my prediction. They're going to be like, oh, you've been unemployed for 60 days and you just got your job back, you still qualify. See, you used to not qualify if you had only had your job for a day. But the banks are going to have to change standards. There could be a flood of buying activity in this community. So, but as you're talking to businesses, talk to us about this. What do we call the grant that's going on?
Well, let me mention too, I mean, you're looking at people that are in densely populated areas that they want to leave the populated area, right?
Thank you. And if you guys have not seen the video we posted, maybe Jesse can find it and throw it to YouTube. The video is titled, What If COVID-19 Actually Strengthened Our Real Estate Market? And I shot this video 2 weeks ago on a mountain bike. Anyway, go ahead.
I think you got people that are going to be looking to get out of big cities because they're seeing the detriment to it, right? It's not a lifestyle that many of us want, right? A lot of perks, but not a ton. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, let me mention that grant, the Greater Together Small Business
Greater
Resiliency
Together
Fund was set up as a collaborative partnership, public-private, between the county, city, several cities, Chamber of Commerce, and then private industry to infuse small amounts of capital into businesses in a small loan to help them bridge the gap between their doors closing or near closing and then when federal money comes down. We saw PPP ran out, so we're offering $20,000, up to $20,000, 0% interest loan, 5-year terms to help these businesses get through this period.
Up to 20 grand, 0% interest, 5-year terms.
Yep.
Where do people go to apply?
GreaterTogetherFund.org.
Jesse, you want to throw that in there? GreaterTogetherFund.org. I didn't have a business license. We didn't get involved in applying, but that's okay. I mean, people are like, why doesn't he have a business license? It's not required for my business because I'm not Keller Williams Realty. I'm the Larkin Group. Under Keller Williams has a, but yeah, there you go.
Greater Together Fund.
GreaterTogetherFund.org. Don Willie, President, St. George Chamber of Commerce, St. George Area Chamber of Commerce. It's been so good having you on. Folks, questions about buying and selling. Is right now the right time? Our home price is falling. Could they actually go up after? Is the whole market going to explode? Should I be doing anything? Visit us at soldinstgeorge.com. It's soldinstgeorge.com. You can actually click, we have a little link, ask me anything. Ask me anything and we'll chat with you 15 or 30 minutes, and then if you want to talk further, we go from there. But people have questions. Thanks for coming in, man.
Thank you. Appreciate
Over
it.
now. Woo!
Source for News Radio 94.9, 890 ADXU, St. George, a Cherry Creek radio station.
All right, fellas, great job.
Thank you.